And welcome back. Now, Public Protector Bosasa Mkhwebane says that she was shocked to learn through the media that both the DA and some of the CR17 campaign managers claim that she was never asked to investigate allegations of money laundering into the donation of 500,000 rand by Bosasa. Now, she says that she met with DA leader Mmusi Maimane on 2 occasions, who emphasized that this must be investigated. In 2017, ahead of the ANC's National Elective Conference, facilities management company Bosasa donated 500,000 rand to President Ramaphosa's party presidential campaign. Ramaphosa admitted to having knowledge of the payment after his son, Andile, informed him that it was legal payment for consultancy services. So let's get reaction now from the Public Protector via her spokesperson, Oupa Segalwe. Oupa, thanks so much for speaking to us this morning. And let me start by asking you, what do you make of the latest developments here with some denials about the scope of this particular investigation?
Well, good morning, Sakina, and good morning to the viewers. The Public Protector was taken aback by yesterday's reports that the complainant in the matter, which is the Democratic Alliance, was sort of backtracking insofar as the allegation of money laundering, and their request for the Public Protector to look into that was concerned. But we were, relieved later on in the day when Mr. Maimane subsequently issued a statement confirming that indeed he had asked the Public Protector to entertain his suspicion of money laundering insofar as that matter is concerned.
So, just for clarity's sake, whether or not Mr. Maimane eventually agreed that that particular issue was asked to be investigated, would it have mattered? Does the Public Protector actually have the discretion to broaden the scope of any investigation?
Yes, the Public Protector does have the discretion to widen the scope of an investigation, and she takes that authority from what we call the Mail and Guardian case, where the Supreme Court of Appeal held that the Public Protector as an investigator must approach each investigation with an open and inquiring mind, and going as far as to say that she need not be confined to the issues that have been brought before her by the parties. She can always go beyond that in pursuit of the truth. But in this particular case, the Public Protector has, confined herself to exactly what Mr. Maimane requested her to investigate, which is 3 issues mainly. 1, whether or not the President misled Parliament. 2, whether or not there is a conflict between the President's private interests and his official duties. And lastly, whether or not there has been money laundering.
So, Mr. Segalwe, the Public Protector has asked the President to make submissions with regard to the donation of the 500,000 rand to his ANC election campaign. However, there does still seem to be some confusion around the other 2 aspects. So can you just give us some clarity on that?
Well, people have been saying that, the Public Protector is investigating party funding and so forth. And we want to clarify to the public that the Public Protector has got no jurisdiction over political parties. She has jurisdiction instead over organs of state and public administration, public functionaries, and so forth. And so her investigation focuses on that particular donation, insofar as Mr. Maimane's complaints are concerned. And at this stage, the Public Protector is almost done with that particular investigation. You will know that the information in the public domain is that she has served the President with a notice in terms of Section 79 of the Public Protector Act, and the President has until this week to respond to that particular notice so as to allow the Public Protector to wrap up the investigation, finalize her report, and release it to the public.
So, with regard to the release of this particular report, the DA have come out saying the report is late. So, given that the President has asked for an extension, more or less when can the public expect the Public Protector to release this report?
It's not easy for one to put his head on the block and say the report will be issued on this particular day, because we are yet to receive the president's response or his representations in response to the notice that was served on him. And so the public protector must first see what the president is bringing to her attention, apply her mind, study that content and analyze it, and continue to finalize the investigation, incorporating whatever the president would have brought to her attention. And so I can't say when the report will be issued, because we don't know how much information the president is going to bring to the public protector and how long it will take the public protector to study that information.
And just a final question, Mr. Segalwe. In addition to all the other things that are happening, the Public Protector's Office is also concerned, we understand, about the conduct of certain journalists in relation to this investigation. And she's come out saying, did the Public Protector, that the conduct potentially borders on interference with the functioning of her office as contemplated in the Constitution. Can you just give us further clarity, perhaps elaborate on that a little?
Well, there have been instances of leaks and the publishing of information that purports to be originating from the Public Protector's Office in relation to this particular investigation. And our worry is that the more such information is dropped into the public domain, it may jeopardize our investigation and prejudice some of the people who are implicated in the matter. And that is not allowed in terms of Section 181, subsection 4 of the Constitution, which says that no person or organ of state may interfere with the functioning of the public protector. So the public protector just wants to caution people to not find themselves on the wrong side of the law insofar as interference with the functioning of her office is concerned.
Well, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much to Mr. Oupa Segalwe, who is, of course, spokesperson for the Public Protector, discussing with us the latest developments in the saga involving the Public Protector's investigation into the Bosasa payment of 500,000 rand, amongst others, into President Cyril Ramaphosa's ANC election campaign. All right, we're going to take a